Let's talk about the simulation because I really don't think people get it yet. Not really. People feel like something's off, like the air's too still before a storm. They can feel it, they just don't see it. They don't have the words for it. Right now, the West is waking up inside a world that's already halfway collapsed. Like opening your eyes in a burning house and trying to remember how the fuck you got there. It's calm on the outside, but violent on the inside. And honestly, this was always going to happen. This was the next logical progression. For decades, people running the show built a dream around you and me. A soft, fake world, a simulation. Screen, slogan, progress, all of that shit. They sold the idea of democracy and morality like it was a brand. And they did brand it in various ways. Meanwhile, the real world underneath was just extraction, war, exploitation, greed, and slow motion decay. The usual empire rot. They didn't need us to believe in the system, they just needed us to believe in the appearance of one. That's the trick. Not faith, just simple distraction. The simulation gave them cover while they hollowed everything out. They could bomb countries, they could drain the planet of its resources, they can strip communities bare, they could take away your rights, they could line their pockets and still get on TV talking about freedom and innovation, and they never had to be good, actually. They just had to look good. Now, does that remind you of anybody in power currently? Maybe, possibly. And now the mask is slipping, finally. What we're living through isn't some sudden glitch, it's not a surprise malfunction. This is the bill coming due. The collapse we're seeing, political, social, ecological, financial, it didn't show up overnight. It's been building for decades. Maybe since the colonization of this stolen country. It's been slow, quiet, and ignored. Buried underneath PR and everything's fine messaging. The only new thing is that the illusion can't hide any of that shit anymore. The simulation was never built to stop collapse. It was built to hide it long enough for the people responsible to get away clean. And here's the part of all of this that hits the hardest. Even now, even with the cracks showing, most people don't know how to respond. Not because they're stupid or because they're lazy or apathetic, but because the same system that caused the collapse also shaped the psychology that makes resistance feel pointless. It's propaganda. It trained people to see politics as a show, not a battlefield, to see dissent as performance, not a threat, to see themselves as spectators and not participants in the system. When the illusion breaks, it doesn't give clarity, it gives vertigo. People reach for old tools, marches, petitions, appeals to institutions that don't function anymore. They're fighting a digital empire with analog rituals. That's not their fault. It's the only language any of us were ever taught. But you can't fight a collapsing world with the habits of the old world that collapsed. Before anything can change, the truth has to be named. The collapse isn't just structural, it's psychological. It forces us to look at things the simulation hid. The erosion of democracy, the concentration of wealth moving upwards, the emotional manipulation, the psychological manipulation, the militarized police, the ecological death spiral under every green marketing campaign pushed by a capitalist system. Clarity isn't optional anymore. It's survival. The job now, the job now isn't to mourn the illusion of safety or choice or freedom. Those were always props. Stage dressing. The job is to look straight at the world the illusion was built to hide. To understand the systems that made collapse inevitable. To learn how to see without the filters we were raised inside. The simulation is dying. The mask is coming off. Good. Let it burn. Because what comes next depends on whether we can stand in the wreckage without reaching for the comfort of the old lives. Whether we can build something real in a world that forgot what real feels like. I walked through the ruins with my eyes open. And I always have, not to despair, not to mourn, but to witness, to observe, to name, to speak truth clearly, and to start again.